Hey, welcome to our show. This is our second show for our '09 season, and we've got a dandy of a guest today, don't we, Bryce?
We do.
It's the father of one of the gals that works for you at the studio.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah.
He bought Doc Sorensen's old house, and I'd say it's not very old. He's kept it up really well. So we're going to welcome John Wolenzine to our show. Welcome.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. I don't have my derb on yet, so we're going to slip right over here, Bryce, and we're going to show you what the first thing he does, his first hobby, and it's what?
Building saddles and doing leather work.
Oh, and he's got a great shop here, so we're going to slip right over here. And I'm going to put my derb on, or like they say, my bonnet. I'm going to put my bonnet on, or my lid.
Never suspected you were a bonnet wearing man.
Oh. All right, so Bryce, if we can take a look at this right here, John.
What I do is I order the trees, and just like your skeleton in your body, there's the tree is the skeleton of the saddle.
Okay.
And it's built of wood, and it's covered with rawhide. And as the rawhide is wet, and you can see here the stitching where it's stitched.
Oh yeah.
It's sewn together, and as it dries, it shrinks and becomes very tight around the tree of the saddle, and it makes it very strong. And the framework of this saddle is all built out of cottonwood. And then once I receive the tree, then I start to cover it with leather. And you can see here. There's 5 layers of leather that has been glued on, and then I shape it, and I do that with a real sharp razor blade knife, and I sculpt it to make the seat comfortable.
Have you got that knife where we can show our viewers?
I do. I've got one here.
Don't give it to Goose, please.
Yeah.
and I come in here, and the leather is wet, and I come in and I skive it down.
Skive it?
Yeah.
Ooh, I never heard that term, Bryce. Skive it.
How do you spell that word?
I have no idea.
Ooh, we're going to look that up in the dictionary. Skive.
Never.
Skive.
Never heard of it.
Nope.
So anyway, I skive it down and make it comfortable to sit in. Now there'll be one more layer that goes over this. I can grab it over here. This is the pretty part that you see. And this will go over.
Oh, yeah.
And you can see I've started to tool it in that. And then you can see here I've tooled the back piece, and I've glued it on. And we use a rubber cement, and it adheres real well to this tree. Over here you can see I've got pieces that are ready to be stamped and tooled. This is the skirt. You can see how it's been shaped to fit the bars of the tree. The one thing nice about a custom saddle is you can build it to fit you and how you want it. You can also build it to fit the animal. This tree here, the bars are set for a mule, and it fits a mule real comfortable. And they're shaped a little different than a horse.
Now, are they wider than a horse?
Narrower in the front
narrower.
end. Narrower in the front end.
Okay.
And so it's made to fit the mule. And what I do here is I shape these bars and feather this leather. You can see this is 2 thicknesses of leather, and it's been feathered in. And then these bars are made, and they slip. You can see how they fit right over the seat. One of the last things I do is I'll take a sheep hide and I'll glue wool onto the bottom of that.
Ooh,
You can
is that
see
nice?
how nice and
Oh,
soft
is that nice? Look at this. Oh, that's nice.
Quit cuddling up with this saddle.
We already did a sheep show,
That's right.
and we're using sheep again.
That's probably where we got that wool from, right there.
From Olson
Olson's.
Sheep
Yeah,
Farm. Okay.
So,
High
so
grade wool.
anyway, the sheep is one of the wool is one of the last things to go on.
All right.
But anyway,
You mentioned a skirt.
yeah,
I
this
thought
is
only women wore a skirt.
well, no, not all.
So
Some
saddles were.
yeah, and some men do.
Oh yeah, like the Scots. All right, in Scotland they wear a skirt.
Yeah, we won't go into that.
The rigging would go next, and this probably looks familiar to you. And this is where your cinch hooks and ties down.
Okay.
Is that where the stirrup comes off this too?
Well, the stirrup actually comes off of the bars here,
Oh.
and I can show you how it'll go. But you can see how this rigging's gonna sit here,
Sure.
and then it'll come back here. And because this is for a mule, I put a ring in the rear here, and the rigging from the other side will hook into that, and then you can hook a crupper or a britchin
A crupper or a britchin?
onto the back of this.
Okay, don't say that too
with-
fast.
with these.
Right. A crupper or a britchin?
These are all new vocabulary
I know.
words.
Then you asked about the fenders or the stirrups. They go up around the bars like this. So this has to be finished and sewn yet, but this will look a little more familiar to you. Only I've got that backwards.
That's all right. I've seen Goose ride a horseback.
That's right. That's right. Over at the Salem, didn't we?
Yeah.
That's right.
And then this will go on here like this. And then grab that seat.
Seat? The seat.
Yeah, grab it and throw
All right, here's the seat.
Oh, okay.
All right.
I'm good at
Starting
grabbing
off
my
like a
seat.
saddle.
Now,
Right.
that's starting to look a little bit like a saddle to you.
Yeah.
Stirrup there.
Betcha. What would a typical saddle cost?
Well, it depends, I guess, how much work and what all's included with it, you know, but they usually start 2,500, 3,000 and go up. Some of your best saddle makers get 10, 15, you know, 20,000. I guess I read where a guy got 30,000 for one, so it just depends how good you are and how bad somebody wants it.
Wow, $30,000, guys, for a saddle.
That's the one I want.
So, hey, we appreciate that. Now, Bryce, let's slip over here and just briefly look at some of the tools that he uses.
These are just different punches, and you got your slot punches, and then you know how the end of your belt is come to a point, and that's what these do. So that
The end
you
of your
can,
belt.
you can put a point on the piece of the leather
Okay,
like
the end,
this.
the end of my belt.
Yeah, like that. See, we could take and grab the right size one here, and you can see how that would just punch that right out.
I wondered
So
how they
that's-
got that tapered
So
look.
that's
I got an idea, Goose.
What's that?
Why don't we cut your belt down a few notches and force you to lose some weight?
We're not gonna do that,
We're
Bryce.
not talking weight loss today.
Nope.
We gonna do a show on weight loss?
No, we're not.
Okay, all right.
And then this is a starting of a bridle, and you can, once you cut it, you can see the edge is real square and kind of sharp. So that you run this tool along the edge, and it takes the edge off of it, and rounds it. And you round all your corners. And
Now, what do you use this magnifying glass for?
well,
What, your eyes aren't that good anymore?
that's exactly what.
Oh,
Those and these
these.
are a must at my age.
All righty. This is a good time to go to the watering hole. Get that?
Okay, all right.
Watering hole. We'll be back in just a minute, and then we'll take a look at John's shaps. Okay, guys, we promised you that we'd take a look at John's shaps. So here, hanging on the wall, what do we got in the far corner, John?
These are a couple pair of buffalo hide shaps, and these are a set of chinks, and they just make it warm when you're riding in the winter. You can see how soft and pretty that hide is, and they cover your legs, keep you warm.
Now, would you want to go dancing in those?
Well, I don't think so.
Okay. What about you, Bryce? I can see you dancing in those.
There's an old song about buffalo gals. Won't you come out tonight? Maybe you could dance to that song while you're dancing in those shafts.
There you go.
And these are Angora sheep.
What sheep?
Angora?
Angora.
You've probably seen in the old movies, the cowboys, and these actually you step into them like pants. And you seen the real old movies. You'd
Yeah,
see
the
'em
real old ones
wear
like Gabby
these.
Hayes
Yeah, and you'd see them step into those,
and Tom Mix.
and
Wow. Wasn't it always the good guy that wore those?
I
Yeah.
believe it was that and the white hat.
That's right.
So
Yeah, can you remember? Imagine the Lone Ranger wearing those. He wouldn't be wearing them.
and
They
this
too
is
girly for you? Is that what you're saying?
Too girly.
All right.
this is a pair of what they call shotgun shafts. And they're just long. I think they get that from the stovepipe or 2 barrels of a shotgun.
Oh, I was just going to ask you. People are probably wondering why the shotgun name, and you just answered it.
I would think that's why.
All righty.
These are warm. Nice for in the winter and that because they cover your whole leg.
Beautiful. Now let's flip over here.
Okay.
And I thought only women sewed.
Well, not true.
Not
It is
true.
a sewing machine. Wow.
Yeah.
I don't think very many women have a sewing machine like that, Goose.
Is this a dandy?
Boy, I'll tell you.
How much for this machine?
About 6,000.
6,000.
Hey,
See-
if our wives are listening, don't get any ideas.
Oh.
This will sew anything from a dollar bill up to about 3/4 of an inch thick of leather.
Wow.
Is that right? A dollar bill. Let's see.
Let's do it. Would you give us a demonstration? Let's sew a dollar bill to his wall.
There's a dollar bill right there, guys. Look at that.
I'd give $1 to see that.
Look how
about
thin that is.
Let's sew it to some leather, and then you can
All
take
right.
it home with you.
That's a great idea. You never know what's going to happen on your show, Goose.
I know.
Now, where do I want to
Nah.
be so I can see this?
Now,
Just down low, maybe?
if we want to do this with a nice border on it. Now, if we put this wheel down, this is a nice little thing. You can see here that if we put that wheel down and followed right on that edge, that stitch would be the same distance all the way on that. And of course, when we start this, we want to go a little bit in reverse here like this, and then shift it forward, and then that ties our stitching in where it,
So guys that like NASCAR,
yeah,
they'd really like this machine, wouldn't they?
yeah, I think
They start in
would.
reverse and then they kick it in first gear,
I was
Bryce?
trying to figure out where that was going.
Now I'm going to flip this up, and because we want to put this dollar right onto this leather. Whoop, there's a little crease in it there.
That's an extra artistic value statement.
I want to see you spin this. Now we're going to run it in reverse here.
Can you make the reverse sound for me,
Stitching.
Goose? We shifted in reverse now. You got a sound effect to go along with that?
Is that a little too fast?
Apparently.
Well, thanks, John.
Well, you bet.
Appreciate that,
There's
man.
your souvenir.
Yeah.
It only cost you $1.
I bet I can spend this one place in town.
Where's that?
Spanish Fork 17.
Yeah, well, we take it and put it up on our wall as a souvenir.
All right. John, in your shop, do you have one more tool that you can kind of demo for our viewers?
I've got a splitter here
Splitter?
that you can put leather in it and pull on it, and you can see it thins it.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
Takes off so you can split the leather and make it the thickness you'd like.
No, when you said splitter, that brought up a baseball term. Good pitchers always have a good splitter.
Oh, is that
Oh,
right?
yeah. But it's not baseball, guys. This is leather working. Oh, look at that.
If they split it right, though, it'll take the hide right off the baseball.
That's right.
All right.
And it is made of horsehide. This isn't horsehide, is it?
This here, this
Yeah.
is cowhide.
Oh, cowhide.
Yeah. We got one more thing.
What do we got?
Well, we got to go over here. Now
Oh.
you got to have a fly swatter.
Oh, look at this, guys.
Wow.
Now
I figured you and Bryce probably have trouble with flies during the summer, don't you?
do we?
They fly around your head a lot.
Oh, yeah, they do, don't they? All right.
These are just good old fly swatters.
Wow.
Hey,
Now-
John, try that out on Goose. Let's see if it works.
Holy smoke.
You know, there's folks at home wanting to do that for a long time.
Oh, wow. Hey, that carries a wallop, John.
Well, it's a good way of getting rid of scrap leather.
All right.
When they get real small, well, you got to think of something to do with it.
All right, guys. This is the first half of our first episode, working with John Wollenzine. The second half, we're going to go down to the river bottoms, to his piece of ground, and you got some majestic animals down there. What are they called?
Buffalo.
Buffalo, and you won't believe it. We're going to go down there and get up and close and personal with the buffalo. All right, I promised you. We're down in the river bottoms, and for you guys that have moved to town just recently, Spanish Fork does have a river bottoms. We're there now, right, John?
Yep.
Beautiful ground down here, beautiful view. Take a look at the bison. Is this something else, Bryce?
Wow. Beautiful animals.
So, John,
And this one's feisty, you can tell. He's thinking, don't get that black camera near me, I'm camera shy.
how much does a typical buffalo eat a day? How much hay?
Well, they're eating about a bale. These three are eating about a bale a day. So they've got, you know, they can browse and get a little grass when there's grass. And of course, in the summertime, I don't feed them hay. They just graze. So the one thing that you can't do with them is you don't herd them like cattle.
Oh.
If you get in and start moving them around, you stir them up and they get real excited in a hurry. So if I want to move them from one pasture to the next or a corral, I just open the gate and let them work their way in. When they were calves and I unloaded them, they were quite excited and they'd run in and hit the fence and bounce off it and hit it again, you know. But they soon settled down and they're fine.
Yeah, you told me a few weeks ago when we come and looked at the place, you says that buffalo play rough.
They do.
And we were hoping that maybe when we came and shot, they'd be knocking heads.
Yeah, they get, the two bulls get pushing with each other and they play rough. You can hear their old horns clash, you know, when they hit and push each other around. They get running and they bounce like a deer when they're playing. And it's amazing how fast they can move.
How fast can they run?
I don't know, but
40 miles an hour?
I don't know how fast they'd run, but they can cover a short distance in a big hurry. You don't want to walk out through the middle if they, or anything, if they decided to take you or something, you better be right next to the fence and be moving quick.
So,
Because they're quick.
so if we sent Bryce out there right now, Bryce wouldn't be able to outrun these guys.
I don't think so.
Let's try it. Here we go. Maybe they can't outrun me. Did you think about it that way?
There you go. Yeah.
I just wonder, Goose, what they would do if a guy like you wearing that kind of a hat jumped out there.
What's wrong with my hat, John?
Well, I don't know. Where was it made?
Tijuana?
Mexico, huh?
Let's see.
Made in China.
Let's
No,
see
it
here.
wasn't.
Let's see here.
Go get it, Goose.
Oh.
Go get it.
Oh. Oh, John.
You didn't know he was going to do that, did you, Goose?
I didn't. My guest pulled one on me today.
He's been acting like such a gentleman, and then all of a sudden he gets, you know what? I think a lot of people at home think that's where that hat belongs.
Where, out in the poo?
Yeah.
Well, let's see. Did it get any poo on it? Nope, no poo. Well, I was just going to tell you guys, where was this hat made?
Yeah, I don't know.
It was made in Spanish Fort.
Was? What does it say on it?
Yeah, right here. See right there? That's Japanese, Spanish for Spanish Fort.
It's Japanese. I didn't know the Spanish used characters like that.
Yeah.
You learn something new every day with
I
Goose.
know. All right, John. Our viewers are wondering, is there a pecking order with Buffalo too?
There is. There's one bull that he's the boss over the rest.
So, do only the male bison have horns?
No, what you've got here, you've got 2 males and the female. Can you see the 2 bulls in the back, how big their horns are?
Yeah.
And see this is a cow here in the front.
Okay.
And see how spindly her horns are?
Yeah.
So that's as big as her horns will get, and you can see theirs are quite a bit bigger.
Okay, now we've talked about that before. The males being prettier than the females in the animal species. Is that true, John?
I wouldn't touch that with a 10-foot pole.
You wouldn't. All right. But I can tell you one thing. If this gal gets upset with the 2 guys, does she then run the show?
No, she don't. He runs the show. He's the bully.
Which one is that bully out of those 3 there?
The one standing closest to the cow.
Oh, to the cow.
He's the toughest one of the,
the
3.
Does he tend to kind of protect the cow and want to be the one closest to the cow?
When she's in heat, he won't let the other one near.
Huh.
So.
All right, guys, we're going to find out who's tougher, a goose or a buffalo. Because no buffalo's going to bully this goose.
What are you going to do, Goose?
You watch, baby.
Oh, no.
You watch. Here we go.
Don't do it.
Here we go.
Don't do it.
See? Who runs the show? It's the goose.
Look, Goose are coming after you.
All right, we're back to close our show, but first, before we close, we didn't get to the mules. John, do you think it'd be all right if I give the mules a little hay?
You bet.
Now, do you feed them the same way you do a horse?
Exactly.
So I have to put my hand like that, so they don't nibble on my fingers?
Well, I guess so.
Okay. Now, you told me a mule is half and half. Half what?
Well, it's a cross between a horse and a donkey.
A donkey. Tell people just briefly about the mules.
Well, I use the mules for packing in the mountains and riding and pulling my wagon. And they really shine in the mountains. They are a good mountain animal.
So you'd be all right if we came back and did a show then in the summer?
Yeah, that'd be fine.
All right. Well, we'll have you show us how you set them up for packing and hitching them up. Or, hey, Goose, where did he go? See where he went, John?
I think he's in the barn.
He does this to me every time. Where the heck did you go? Oh, I heard something.
Hey, I'm right here.
Oh, what are you doing up there, Goose?
Well, I come to get some little better hay.
What makes you think the hay's better up top?
Well, John told me it was.
Okay.
So you know how we close our show, guys. Hey, have a great day. And look at this, Bryce. Look at the front mountain. Is that beautiful?
That is.
Wow. Hey, have a great day. And remember, we love you. We truly do. Don't we, Bryce?
We do.
Yes, we do.
Throw some hay down at me.
Oh, some hay. Some hay. Right there.